Hello, viewers. Welcome to my channel Drive Forward. So, this channel is about English learning. So, today I will dive into the WH questions, right? So, before diving deep into WH question, so let's understand what do you mean by WH questions. Okay, so WH questions are nothing but the question words, right? So, what are the question words? What, which, whom, where, okay, how long, how many, right? So all these questions are WH questions. So when we are when we are using these WH questions in our sentence, we are using punctuation mark, right? So question mark is used whenever we are trying to use all these WH questions. So let's start the video, and today I will talk about all the question words in detail. So let's start. So the first one, which is very common that we are asking, is where, right? WHERE, where. Where means kahan. Where are you? Tum kahan ho? Right? So now try to understand when we are using this word where. WHERE. Where is used to ask about a place or location. Right? For example, I say that where are you? Tum kahan ho? So I want to know about the location or place of that person. Okay? So in that case, we can ask the word where are you? Okay? Or some other examples are where do you live? Okay, where do you live? तुम कहाँ रहते हो? Where is the library? Library कहाँ है? Where is the shopping mall? Shopping mall कहाँ है? So in all these cases, I am trying to ask about the location or a place. That's why I'm using this question word where. Okay. Now next move to the next question word, which is which. WHICH. So let's try to understand when we are using the question word which in our sentence. Okay, so which would imply a choice between specific groups, or where the option is limited, there also we are using the word which. Okay, so the word which implies a choice from specific group. Okay, for example, I can say that which is your favorite fruit. Okay, and we can also say that which is your favorite color, which is your favorite food. So in all these situation, we have to use the word which, where we have to imply a choice between specific group. Okay, and here also you have to use question mark. Let's move to the next question word, which is next word is what, right? What is used for general information. Okay, so what are you doing now? तुम अभी क्या कर रहे हो? So I just wanted to get information about that person, so I'm asking it. Okay, and yeah, another is very common. What is your name? तुम्हारा क्या नाम है? What is your hobby? तुम्हारी hobby क्या hobby है? Right? So when we just wanted to ask about general information, in that case we have to use the word what. WHAT. Okay, so let's move to the next question word, which is very important, when. So when is used for time. Okay, like when are you coming back? Okay, when are you going to your office? When are you going to your school? So here I'm asking about the time. Okay, when you will go to play. So when is related to time. So when you want to ask about time, definitely you have to use the word when. Okay, and now the next word, which is very important, and people make a lot of mistake between these two words. They get confused. So the next word is how many. So let's try to understand when we will use the word how many. So friends, we use how many for countable nouns. And what are countable nouns? The nouns which we can count, like chairs, tables, pencils, right? Okay, so let's give an example. How many chapters are coming in the exams? So here you can count the number of chapters which will come in your exam. How many siblings do you have? आपको कितने भाई बहन हैं? Okay. How many how many chapatis would you like to eat, right? So you can count the number of chapatis. So in case of countable noun, we are using how many, right? There also you have to use question mark at the end of the sentence. Now the next question word is how much, right? So you have to keep in mind how much you have to use for uncountable nouns. So what are uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are the nouns which you cannot count. Okay, like you cannot count milk, oil, right? Ghee, rice, but you can say a glass of milk, right? So in that manner you can count, but generally you cannot count milk. Sentence which I can make is, how much water do you need? How much rice would you like to eat? Right? Or how much milk is there in a bowl? Right? So in this case I have to use how much. I will not say how many water, right? It will be wrong. Okay, friends. So the next question word which is very important is how. 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 So let's try to understand when we will use the word how. Okay. Okay, how is used to show how something is being done. How is used to show how something is being done, right? So how you are making biryani, right? So you have to just explain the process. How are you doing this sum? ये sum जो आप बना रहे हो, how are you doing this calculation? ये कैसे कर रहे हो, right? So how is the question word which is used to explain or to show how something is being done. Okay, for example, how you make biryani, right? Okay, so you have to show the process. Okay, how you are making this maths, this calculation. Okay, how are you making pizza? How you are making chole and bhature? How you are making chole and bhature, right? So in that case you have to use how. Okay, so these are few question words which are used in our writing as well as in our speaking, in our communication. So the thing is that you should know which question word you have to use. Okay. So I believe when you will watch this entire video, you will quickly understand which question word you have to use and how you have to ask question from your partner or from your colleague or from your friends. Okay, so I hope you like my video, and if you feel that you are learning something from here, then you can like and subscribe my channel. You can also share it with your family and friends. I will come up with another interesting video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.